G'day team, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're going to be watching Flying Duck up against Revan XFL from the Alpha Cup. Pretty crazy statistics, even though Duck is a madman. Absolute pro at the game. Let's just get straight into it. Let's go, baby. Alright, put the music back on for the streaming boys. There we go. Alright, let's go. Boreal Falls, and whoop, that's not facing the right way. 360. Fucking terrible start here. Boreal Falls 1.0.2, and it's made by our boy PK76 and Anchor. No idea who they are. But you can see here that Duck is actually Cortex Commander here in the red corner. Middle spawns seem to be the stock standard these days for this map. You don't really see anybody spawning anywhere else. I guess I don't know if it's a solved map yet, but seems to be this is the best position, and his opponent Revan is of course going to be the Armada commander. So while Duck is APM and we should be rooting for him, we're obviously going to be rooting for Revan here because what type of sicko goes Cortex? Armada Vehicle Lab, interesting. I thought there'd be a bot lab, considering all the reclaim you get on this map. And he's going to be opening up with a couple rovers. 3 rovers even. And then a con and then some more rovers. Okay. And, yeah, identical wins, except Duck's gone for a bot lab. He's gone for the classic 2 con opener into spamming grunts. Lovely, lovely. Not much to talk about here, but usually you see people going for these really quickly with the res bots. So I assume Revan's probably going to be scouting that he's a bot lab and then maybe setting up to snipe his res bots that should be down here. I think this is Duck's reclaim down here. And does this give metal? No, this just gives energy. So, yeah. Alright. Let's turn bar sound up a little bit here. Full scout. Does slip one in the back. There is a gap in the winds. Oh, it just survives. Stopped at the perfect angle to not get hit there, but does go down. Doesn't quite get that metal extractor. What's up? Alright. So Duck's just chilling, expanding. He knows that his opponent's vehicles. Here come the blitz now from Revan. Revan's commander's actually walking. Is he going to come back? He is. And he's accidentally clicked on the wind, something we've all done before. And he's actually realized, so I don't know if he actually realized or not, but he's fixed it either way. Radar in the back, interestingly, maybe just to spot this section here. Does give good coverage of these 2 angles. Only a little area here to slip by for Flying Duck if he is that way inclined. It looks like map control Revan kind of has, but it's not really. It's a bit of a faux map control. It's just vision more than anything else. Single grunt here should be able to defend against these 2 rovers, but it's going to be a hassle for him to deal with. There we go. Revan does get driven off by that grunt, and the LLT will be coming down before that mix goes back up again. Hopefully Duck doesn't forget to put that metal extractor back down, but knowing our boy, he won't. Alright, this rover back here is going to be spotted. Revan has had, like, awesome vision this whole game. I don't think Duck's actually seen... Yeah, he hasn't seen anything of Revan's base. He is running around trying to spot what's going on now. Just, you know, run some stuff around the flanks. But he is going to run directly into a couple of blitz here. So, a blitz on each side is going to clean up these grunts. There's not a whole lot he can do. Yeah. Playing it smart. Falling back there. These rovers still flying around the map trying to find value, but such a tight map, not a lot of value to be had when there's grunts just absolutely everywhere. Who needs LLTs when you got walking LLTs for a quarter of the price here in the form of a grunt? He did in fact drop the metal extractor. It looks like he almost forgot and had to sort of come back a little bit to drop it. And then he's actually building these cool walls here. Look at this. Look at this little setup. That's sick. He knows his opponent's vehicles, so he can't like go up over any mountains there. That's quite nice. Down goes the grunt in the northern side. It looks like these rovers do get spotted, and they will probably be caught here. Oh, just not. Expanding Con's little AFK is just alive after some sort of attack, and there's a little battle here in the center of the map. Who's going to go down, the blitz or the grunt? Well, the blitz is going to get away, obviously, but they're going to have to turn to defend that Con. Looks like they're just going for the numbers game here. 5 grunts, 210 metal. 5 grunts is the same cost as 2 blitz. It's actually cheaper than 2 blitz. These grunts do just run straight into those blitz, exactly what Revan would have wanted there, and they do go down. It doesn't even lose a single blitz there, so paid off dividends for Revan. And now he's going to start pushing back through the center of the map. Nice expansion from Duck so far. He is ahead economically by a semi-significant amount. It's only 100 metal, but 30% more metal income at the moment is kind of wild. No res bots out of FlyingDuck, which is very interesting to me. He is just constantly adding on those wins. He's got another con for build power to assist his commander. Meanwhile, in Revan's base, he's just adding on a con to assist his lab now. Hasn't been adding wind on at his base. Just built a couple of solars over in this direction. Both players fairly poor at the moment, but looks like Duck is slowly pulling ahead as the game goes on. Resbot is finally out. It's going to start reviving all these grunts and blitz as they die. Single blitz has already been revived, so that traitorous red blitz will be hitting back across return to sender for Revan here. The radar does go down. Now, Revan might be able to get a good surround here, but man, there's a lot of units here for Duck. He needs to worry about taking an unfavorable trade. And instead of getting the surround himself, it looks like Duck basically just gets the surround and all those blitz go down. Oof. How much metal is that? 800 metal. Grunts OP, boys. Grunts OP. Let's check back in on Duck's eco one more time. He's got a con turret down. He's adding more wind on. He's got 2 cons in his base now. Even his commander's building a little bit of wind. Floating a little bit of metal, but nothing too egregious right now. I mean, I say nothing too egregious, but we're nearing 1,000 here. Another con turret going down very, very quickly. Needs to spend that metal. He's getting little raids off here and there. He's going to pick up another metal extractor here. Beautiful. Maybe another radar even. Radar does a decent amount of damage to those grunts. Meanwhile, the front battle. Revan just going straight into it, hoping to overpower with the blitz. Does get some kills, manages to snipe the res bot, but man, that's a big wreckage field, and Duck just has that army value advantage for now. Blitz just costing so much, and Grunts just having ridiculous stats. Revan's commander's now going to be coming. That's going to drive Duck away from this. Duck might have almost enough units to get a surround off. If that was 12 pawns, you might actually be able to kill the commander. Revan's got more than enough energy right now for D-guns, so he should be fairly safe. Looks like Duck's going to be trying to go around the outside. I don't think, let's just double check. Yeah, so vehicles can't actually go up and down here, but bots can. So there is a play where Duck can go around and actually get some damage if the blitz do chase him. So Revan does have to be careful about that. And obviously he has to decide whether he wants to defend this area or defend this area, because he can't do both with vehicles. LLT comes up on top of the reclaim field. Really nice play there for Revan. That's going to give him control of that reclaim, give him so much metal into his bank. And that's going to even them back up, because he is currently about 1,000 metal behind, and there is about 1,000 metal on the ground here. So really, really nice for Revan. Should bring him back into line with the game. The only problem is Duck just has so much map control now that Revan's going to really struggle coming back from this. Duck clearing up that LLT, and you can see here, yeah, the blitz is starting to come now. Be a really good time for Duck to just head back down this ramp, but he's overcommitted now. Nope. He does see those blitz and decide to back off. I'm pretty sure he saw those blitz, yeah. And now the blitz have to come back here or go up here, and it looks like they're going to be chasing the grunts. A little bit of metal on the ground here, but more grunts coming from this side, and Revan definitely doesn't have enough to like build another army to defend this. The army value advantage is in Revan's favor, but look how many grunts are on the map compared to how many blitz there are. That is crazy. He has army value advantage? Say it ain't so. This raid here might be GG actually. This might be a very, very quick game. Those blitz do end up catching those grunts, but now there's not a whole lot here defending the base. Duck does see his opportunity, and he goes in for the attack, just like every duck you've ever seen. Or am I thinking of geese? Either way, some sort of waterfowl is coming into the back of Revan's base and doing the damage. Maybe overcommitting here, but doesn't really matter, because Revan doesn't have a whole lot of ways to spend his resources right now. He's got a single con turret and 2 cons. He's going to be getting a little bit more energy down, it looks like. And yeah, FlyingDuck is just crushing this game. Revan's doing a really good job. He's dropping energy back here with his commander, so he's got the energy to spend the metal. He's building more solars to spend the metal also. I really would love to see another con turret, but he instead goes for another con. And it's really hard for Evan to break out of this. If he can just play defensively and win these trades, gain control of all the reclaim fields, it'll keep him in the game. But he is 1,000 metal behind again. He didn't manage to get all of that reclaim just yet, but getting the reclaim field hasn't brought him back in line just yet. If he gets all the reclaim on the map, then he should be okay. But this is a very, very aggressive push from FlyingDuck now. We've just got thugs on repeat. We do have 7 con turrets in his base. He's got an energy storage and he's scaling energy like crazy. He's expanding absolutely everywhere. Double cons on the right side. Grunt's just keeping the army of Revan in his base. And now the thugs are going to hit the front line. That's going to have to make the army clear this up and then come all the way back around the long way again just to make their way to the front line. Yeah, I don't think this is a vehicles map. And if it is a vehicles map, you've really got to control your side lanes. Because these, like, all these little pathways are just absolutely annoying for vehicles to deal with. Revan sees the thugs on the front line coming now. He built a Ford lab, and that Ford lab is most likely going to go down here. There's not much he can do. He stops building the Centurion to get the metal back. He's going to try and reclaim at the end. The lab does die, so he loses half of that metal, and he's just going to take his losses and try again. All those solars on the front line are gone as well, so he's going to have to start getting energy back in his base one more time. He's floating so much metal just because he doesn't have the energy. He just keeps losing everything he's building. FlyingDuck keeping him on the back foot is probably the best way to handle Revan because he is one hell of a player. Alright, radar on the front line for Duck as well, so he sees absolutely everything right now. He sees where the army is, sees where the commander is. We got a beamer coming down, but he doesn't really have energy. He's dropping solars left and right. He's hoping to dear God that FlyingDuck doesn't just overwhelm him. He's got army on one side, beamer on the other. The beamer's going to come up, but is it going to be enough to stop FlyingDuck from rolling through him? We do have mass grunts just heading onto the side lane again, and now Revan has to make a decision. I'm in a game? Hold on one second. Yeah, whatever, we'll finish this. If we get kicked, we get kicked. Sorry about that. Another beamer coming up for Revan. 2 beamers should be okay to hold some thugs, but he definitely needs some sort of army here. Here we go, the army's been driven off the front line, and now that's going to open up a window for FlyingDuck to attack. He sees the beamer and decides not to go for it. He's going to transition into air, go for the bombers, and I think that might be the game-ending play that he's looking for. He does switch back into mass grunts because obviously if you're going for bombers and you're not going to be applying pressure with the thugs, it's going to open up his own side lanes to attack from Revan. But he doesn't really have to worry too much about that. All Revan's army is in the back line. They do defend against those grunts. The con goes down, the 2 LLTs go down, and the mexes go down as well. So Revan's going to have to reset the right-hand side one more time. More grunts on the left-hand side. It looks like Revan's kind of starting to stabilize, but that bombing run queuing up in the back here is going to be devastating. And I honestly just cannot wait for it to hit. I don't see a single AA unit or a single AA building, so that bombing run is most likely going to be lights out. I have been rung, but that is fine. They can spec me. Here we go. He's pushing into the beamers now. There's no army here to defend against these thugs. He loses a single thug to the beamer, sees another beamer, and decides to back off again. I feel like he could have pushed and won by now, but he is just playing it safe. You know, don't want to int into the beamers and a commander. The commander can repair and degun, etc. Also, the base is right here for the army reinforcements. Revan has wised up, and he's actually got an army here ready to defend. The LLT comes up just as the grunts get into range. That was really, really nice for Revan there, and he's going to successfully defend this side. He doesn't really want to go too far from the LLT, or it's going to open it up to attack. Man, he is getting really nice trades here. Beautiful defense, but here comes the bombing run. The first bomber hits far before the other bombers, sees that there's no AA here, and that is just going to clear that lab out. No problems at all. Gone burger. Now, how does Revan come back from this? He's dropped AA as fast as he can. The converters go down, and just a smattering of bombers just hitting absolutely everywhere. The thugs are pushing at the same time. They're going around the beamer, which is probably a wise choice. Commander AFK, but of course, what would he be doing instead? And then we got mass grunts in the back. I'm surprised that FlyingDuck with so much metal didn't transition into vehicles and go like incisors or something, or even medium tanks behind this. Much quicker to get across the map and assist the push. Looks like the bombing run has been cleaned up, and now it's just thugs and grunts here, but Revan's already dropped the lab. Didn't lose all his build power. He's got 2 more con turrets here. He's dropping another beamer in desperate hope that he can defend this. The Blitz are trying their darndest to keep these thugs at bay long enough for that beamer to come up, and they do pull it off. Yeah, the grunts into the beamers isn't as good as incisors into beamers. Duck is finally spending his money. Yeah, he went double labs. A little bit late, but once again, he's got this game in the bag as far as I can tell. This should be a pretty clear open and shut case from here. That Duck is definitely going to be winning this one. I can feel it way down in my plums. That's what you get for going Armada in a professional tournament here. Clearing up that right side again, man. Grunts, so cheap, so useful. They do crumble to LLTs, but this many grunts are going to be very hard to stop with just mere LLTs. You see those Blitz coming in once again to defend this position. They're most likely going to defend these back 3 mexes one more time, but it is such a hassle to be constantly reset. Res bots now coming out for FlyingDuck. Going to be just getting absolutely everything on the map. There is a single LLT up on very low HP that Duck can see. It's going to be clearing out those res bots. Double beamers up in the base now for Revan as well, which will defend against these thugs. There's a single bomber here. He's not queuing up... Oh, he is queuing up more bombers. So we'll be seeing more bombers. He does need a lot more energy, but he's blocked himself in with stouts, interestingly enough. I mean, not stouts. What are they called for these guys? Brutes. Absolutely hilarious. Everybody point and laugh. Look at this nub. I can't believe it. Look at this guy. Spam ping him. Spam ping him. Oh, it's gross. Look at him. Even pros make mistakes. He's got 3 T1 labs anyway. Oh my god, that's so funny. But yeah, I don't see Revan coming back from this. He's doing such a good job of just cockroaching this, drawing this game out as long as he can. He's trying to find the angle that he can win by. He's got res bots of his own. He's got enough energy to res, kind of. But yeah, he is in some dire situation right now. You see Duck just trying to find some way to slide that knife between the ribs, but he just keeps hitting bone, you know? Like, oh, that's the top rib, that's the bottom rib. God damn, just trying to get in there and finish it, but he can't. Duck's not notoriously known for having sharp beaks, so you know, it's just that little stubby beak just whacking into wet flesh. He's going into the brutes though, so the brutes should be more than enough to cut down these beamers and any blitz that are just chilling around. He's going to throw some more grunts away, or at least do something with them. Yeah, he's just going to annoy Revan's army here. These blitz are going to get some nice trades, clear out all those grunts, no problem. Awesome commentary. Thanks, Lost. God, I'm so surprised this game has gone as long as it has. I would have lost this game like 15 minutes ago if I was Revan. Like, absolutely a testament to the power of the beamer and a strong mind. He's doing really good. He does clear all these grunts, but at the same time, the back attack from the Duck clears out those mexes. He's been hounding for those mexes this whole game, and he finally has gotten them. He must be feeling elated right now. He's got a full circle in on Revan right now. There's nowhere he can go. He really just needs to play as defensively as he can. He must know that FlyingDuck is just miles ahead in all metrics. He's limit testing? Yeah, he's just doing it to drag it out, just to be a dick, I think. Or, you know, just force him. You know, you gotta fight for your food. You don't just get a free meal. So would you rather eat the chicken that's already dead and cooked for you, or would you want to eat the chicken that's running around clucking, running away from you, hiding in bushes and stuff? You know, you're diving after it, you're getting tired. That's what we're watching right now. Already cooked? Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the game over. I'm just waiting for Duck to decide what he's doing. Looks like he's going to be sending all those brutes up onto the top lane again. Maybe he's going to try and come around this way with the brutes. Surprised after that bombing run of all things, man. More bombers coming. He's out of metal. He could probably do with reclaiming one of these labs. Looks like he finally did clear up the road blockage. I don't think he needs 3 vehicle labs and a bot lab going while he's building bombers. He could even reclaim some of those solars, considering how much energy he's got. Alright, this might be the final bush. Let's see. Cockroach base always looks like an AI base. Yeah, for sure, eh? You eat in a restaurant, no jungle? Here we go. This is about as best of a trade as Revan could hope for. Half the army was on the other side of the cliff. Here we go. Forgive my caution, he won't die. We forgive your caution, Duck. We forgive your caution. Here it goes. He might get some D-guns off while we're watching the space fall. And down he goes. Finally. God, that would just make me so frustrated not being able to kill him. 20 minutes he managed to drag that out for. 20 minutes, brother. Oh my god. Yeah, that was beautiful. Well done, Duck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And let's head back over to the screen. And there it is. GG, boys. Alright, I'm pretty sure I got spec'd.